Hey guys, so in today's video I will be talking about what I've learned throughout my natural hair journey, as well as the things I wish I'd known when I started out my natural hair journey. I asked you guys a while ago which content you wanted to see, and someone said that I should do a video about this. So in today's video I will just be narrowing down the things that I've learned along the way, and I hope it's helpful. So with further ado, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm gonna get straight to the point. So the first thing that I wish I knew when I started my natural hair journey was what is hair porosity and how it affects the products that we use. If I'd known what hair porosity was, I would have saved so much money on products that definitely didn't work for my hair, and as well as that I didn't need. So hair porosity is basically just your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. So if I'd known what that was, I would have saved a lot of money. So the second thing that I wish I had done is just start with one brand, using one brand on my hair, shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, all of that stuff. But the thing was, when I started out my natural hair journey, the only brand that was available was Aunt Jackie's, and then I also used like other brands, so there wasn't a wide variety to choose from. But what I would recommend is start with one brand, because using a lot of different brands, you can't quite figure what works for your hair and what doesn't, and that got a bit confusing for me, because I remember like styling my hair the one time with these different brands and it would come out wonderful, and then the next I would use different brands and it wasn't the same results. So what I would recommend is start using one brand all throughout and see what works for your hair, and then you can change it up a bit. That will also help a lot and will also help you save a lot of money. Number 3, what you must always keep in mind is what works for someone else's hair won't necessarily work for your hair. We all have different hair porosities, different hair densities, different hair textures. So what works for someone else's hair might not work for your hair. So find a hair routine or products that work for your hair, that's specifically designed to enhance your curls and the type of texture that you have. So number 4 is also one thing that I've learned along the way when I started my natural hair journey. I basically didn't section off my hair when I shampooed it, when I conditioned my hair, when I styled, when I deep conditioned, all of that stuff. So what I would recommend to get the best out of your products, or get frizz-free hair, is section your hair off when washing your hair, when applying products, when deep conditioning, because that's the best way to get the best results out of the products that you use. And also to when you style your product, when you style your hair with your products, to avoid frizz and all of that stuff. So that would be sectioning off your hair when styling or whatever you do with washing and so forth. So number 5 is basically always trimming your hair regularly. That's one thing that I didn't do in the beginning of my natural hair journey, and that really set me back. Simply for the fact that when you have split ends, it accelerates breakage, it causes knots, and it will just damage your hair. So always trim your ends. Some people prefer to do it every 3rd to 4th month, or every 6 months, depending on your hair. But just always trim your ends to protect your natural hair. Number 6 is basically just protecting your hair when you go to sleep. Whether that's like putting on a satin bonnet, using a satin pillowcase, but that is just to avoid knots, to avoid any further damage. So I think that's one of the most important things, because you don't want to wake up the next morning with hair that's like dry and knotted and all of that stuff. Last but not least is one of the most important things I think I learned along the way, is that always make sure that your hair is moisturized. Whether you did a wash and go just yesterday and you wake up, that's what I prefer to do, is like I always spray my hair with a water bottle, not soaking wet, just like to make sure that my hair gets the necessary moisture that it needs. Whether you prefer a leave-in, a spray leave-in, you can also use that, but always make sure that your hair is moisturized, because moisture will help your hair grow and it will just keep your hair healthy. So that is also one of the things that I learned, and I think one of the most important things to always keep in mind. So that basically concludes everything that I've learned. Not everything, just like I feel like the most important things that I've learned along the way, or that I wish I'd known when I started my natural hair journey. There are a lot of other things also, but I feel like this is, or these things that I've mentioned, is some of the important things to always keep in mind and to always do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it wasn't too long. So I'll see you guys in the next video.